On cross country this morning today, correspondent Boyd Matson takes us to New Mexico, to one of those little towns that are stuck with a peculiar name. In this case, it's a town that named itself after a popular radio and TV show.
Several hundred people still line Main Street to watch the circling cycles in the annual Fiesta Parade. 35 years ago, the whole country watched. The parade was shown to a national TV audience, and the town name was a household word.
We still have people, when we call back east to maybe order supplies or something, they'll say, "You're from where?"
Where, in this case, is almost the middle of nowhere, a small town in New Mexico trying to keep from being swallowed up by the desert.
Why do you think we moved here? Because of the name.
The ultimate in self-promotion, a name that moved people to move here. A name so unique it continues to lure tourists hundreds of miles out of their way.
Naturally, there's only one Truth or Consequences.
Well, there used to be two. The other Truth or Consequences was a TV show starring Ralph Edwards.
Howdy, partners. Pull up a cactus, pull out a Philip Morris. This is Truth or Consequences, the television show and the city.
The duplicity in names began as a publicity stunt. The show promised to do a live April Fool's Day program from a town willing to change its name to Truth or Consequences.
What's the name of this city?
Well, this is Hot Springs, New Mexico.
From now on, the name of this city is Truth or Consequences, New Mexico.
Hot Springs, New Mexico decided it had nothing to lose but its anonymity. Before Ralph Edwards, Hot Springs' only claim to fame was the fact it was located just 58 miles from the first atomic bomb explosion. Perhaps being unsure of nuclear energy, the town felt more secure aligning itself with a game show.
The nation's #1 television fun game, Truth or Consequences. Starring Ralph Edwards.
Edwards more than kept his part of the bargain. When his show went from being a radio program to television, he returned to Truth or Consequences with cameras to take several million people on a televised tour of the town.
Now, we've had our Philip Morris cameras stationed all over this beautiful city.
There are 22 mineral baths in Truth or Consequences, New Mexico. Here is one. Here's another. Here is the Truth or Consequences, New Mexico grade school. They're all wonderful American kids.
Those all-American school kids are now almost 50 years old. The trees around here are a lot bigger. The television show Truth or Consequences is no longer on the air. But one thing remains constant in this small New Mexico town, the popularity of Ralph Edwards.
If we had 2,000 more Ralph Edwards in this great democracy nation, buddy, you wouldn't have to worry about the future.
Ralph Edwards, a national hero? One could get that impression looking at his grassroots support around Truth or Consequences. There's the Ralph Edwards Municipal Park, streets named Edwards, the Ralph Edwards Memorial Wing of the local museum. The legend thrives here, but Edwards himself doesn't live in Truth or Consequences. The 73-year-old showman is out in Hollywood, still going strong. Currently, he produces the hit syndicated show People's Court with Judge Joseph Wapner. Although his game show days belong to another era in television history, Edwards hasn't forgotten his friends in the desert. Every year, for the past 37 years, he returns to Truth or Consequences to lead the annual Fiesta Days Festival. Yeah. It's a weekend of old jokes and familiar faces.
Ralph. We sound like a couple of dogs barking. Ralph.
Edwards always brings celebrity guests along on his annual return. This year it was Janella Hutton of Hee Haw, and from his own People's Court, it was, no, not the judge, the bailiff, Rusty Burrell. Their pictures will join the Wall of Memories, as Ralph likes to call it, a wall in the local museum with photos of all the other greats and near greats Edwards has brought with him to New Mexico over the years. Jane Mansfield, Wayne Newton, Molly B.
Molly B. is a school teacher up in Bakersfield, and she was one of the great yodelers.
Originally, Hot Springs was supposed to change its name for a single day, a one-time only joke. A small taste of show business, though, and the people were addicted. The name has been permanent.
I don't think people would get in the Fiesta spirit without Ralph Edwards. Everything waits until Ralph Edwards gets here to start, and it continues all the time he's here, and then when he leaves, people go back to normal.
All right, here we go. Smile. All right. All right, thank you.
For today, Boyd Matson, NBC News, Truth or Consequences, New Mexico.
Aren't we devils, folks? Hey, the following message is brought to you by AT&T, the right choice.